I'm Adrian, and I am a part of T-Dance, which is traditional dance. We dance with fans and swords.
My name is Nathan. I'm part of NAX, which is No Access, and we're a beginner-friendly hip-hop type dance group.
Did you have any challenges teaching during your workshops?
Not really. This is like martial arts training. So here in Adrian's martial arts training camp, I try to teach them things. They don't always listen. They end up like this. It's like a hot mess. We have two people in the back training. Sammy's getting stabbed and ran through by a sword. So's Julian apparently. No one is looking on with horror as everything's just going around. And every now and then there's like a 2-ton medical vehicle that just comes out and tries attacking us. I think everyone is like really good at picking up something, especially when it's broken down. Anyone can dance. It's just a matter of an open mind. So if you're able to just like be willing to participate, then like everything is easier to learn.
For ours, some of the difficulties come from some of the different moves, but we're usually able to work around it, come up with a compromise, or go more into depth with like a more specific description of how to do a move, and it'll usually help out the people a lot.
How did you make sure everyone learned each dance by the end of each workshop?
For me, growing up, like I had a really strict dance teacher, and she would like train and drill the moves. And I think I brought a little bit of that. I like just run it a lot, and I also like to like do one-on-one quizzes. So especially since T-Dance is kind of small, I'm able to like focus on each member and make sure everybody gets the proper training.
For our workshops, we will have a mix of trying to, if people get stuck on one certain part, we'll have people ask questions, make sure that they understand it, and even if they aren't able to fully grasp it, we make sure that we still have like a set progression throughout the workshop to make sure we're able to finish the song, and we make sure that we run it through enough times for people to fully understand the choreo, and that everyone's able to understand it by the end.
What were some funny moments you had during the workshop?
There's been quite a few. I've been experimenting a lot with like throwing fans and like people throwing fans to each other and or throwing swords and or whipping swords around. So there's been a lot of funny moments where people are dropping it on themselves, throwing them at each other, dropping swords on the ground. That's kind of funny. There's also specific dance moves that can put you in a awkward, funny position at the end, and we always have a fun time when someone does one of those things.
Similar to T-Dance, we'll also have certain moves or certain poses where it's like feels a little awkward and it's kind of funny, but as long as people are able to keep an open mind about everything, it's all just like fun and games.
Can you show us a funny pose?
T-Dance where we end up catching a fan like this, and when you're throwing the fan, like oftentimes it might go a little further, so like at some point you're like teetering off, or like extra long curtsy, but
Awesome. Do you have one, Nathan?
For us, it's not necessarily like so drastic. It's more of like, oh, this move, for lack of a better description, you have to like do a little hip thrust or something like that, and everyone's just like,
Really good.
yeah.
What are your names and what committee are you in?
I'm Franklin Wang, and I'm a committee head for the Food and Law Committee. I'm Austin Ng, and I'm also committee head for the Food and Law Committee.
Why did you choose to join Food and Law?
Because I wanted to challenge myself. And for me, I guess, wanted to see how the food worked at the banquet. and how everything got organized.
What are some of the biggest challenges you foresee coming?
Coordinating with the Porter backstage team.
How will you try to adapt to pressure?
Under pressure, I feel like we'll need to have thorough communication, and with that, we'll be able to make sure everything goes smoothly.
What's your favorite food?
Fried chicken. Ooh, that was
Nice.
good. I would say mine is ramen.
What's your name and what's your committee?
I'm Tina and I'm the skit committee head.
Why did you choose to join the skit committee?
I thought it would be fun to work with Helen and it's just something new I wanted to try.
What inspired your skit?
Of course, like The Legend of the White Snakes and some sea dramas I watched.
Do you think the skit is movie worthy?
I think it is because we have a fight scene and it's kind of funny.
How would you rate it?
I'll rate it a solid 8 out of 10. I hope everyone will enjoy it.
What is your name and what committee are you in?
I'm Riley Wu, and my committee is Tech Committee.
What types of tools did you use to film all the promotional videos and skit, and what was it like learning how to use them?
Well, obviously it's this camera. I'm not recording it, but learning to use it was, I just had a lot of experience from the past of using cameras similar to this one, so that's mostly what I've just used to film everything, really.
What shot took the most takes, or what was most difficult to film?
I would say the interviews are the most difficult to film because a lot of times the people I'm interviewing, they don't know what to say, so you have to start over.
How do you come up with ideas, and what are your inspirations?
Most of my ideas just come just off the top of my head, or it's just been marinating most of the time in my head. It's just some ideas I've had, but some inspirations I've been taking is just mostly, I guess, from like, similar videos like this, like just, other interviews and some like past videos from CSA too.
What's your name, and what's the name of your committee?
I'm Vivian, and I'm one of the DECO committee heads.
Why did you choose to join the DECO committee?
I think I'm pretty artistic, and I wanted to bring that to CSA.
What is the theme behind your designs, backdrops, and decorations?
The theme for the banquet this year is The Legend of the White Snake.
What thoughts do you have when creating the designs?
Our color scheme this year is going to be green, white, and silver.
Which deco do you like the best?
I think my favorite part of deco is going to be the little lights we're going to be hanging up.
What is your name, and what committee are you in?
I'm Casey, and I'm in a PR committee.
What was your thought process designing flyers, posters, and digital posts?
When I design flyers and posts, I make sure I follow the color palette and then like whatever theme we were set on. And this year's Year of the Snake, so most of our like graphics and stuff include like snake designs and stuff, and of course Chinese New Year.
Have you made any revisions in your design?
Yeah, I reworked some of my flyers, some of my interest slides due to what the BCs ask or require of the posts.
What have you been working on so far?
I've been working on a flyer, I've been working on intro slides, and then I also have to make a reel for Instagram.
Wait, together. Wait, sorry.